कर्तुः आज्ञया प्राप्यते फलम इति. It is the order of the Lord that the result of action come to us. We are just karta, the doer. We are not karma phala data. We are not the giver of karma phala. So that means as a karta, I have right to do action or not to do action. But definitely I don't have any right with reference to result of action. That's why at any time I cannot lament, I cannot complain, I cannot get obsessed with reference to result of action. The result of any given action is supposed to come. Let it come. That's why we say agate swagatam kuryat gachantam na nivarayat. As the result of action or anything, because any object, any person, any situation that comes in your life is nothing but your result of action that you have done in this life or previous lives. So agate swagatam kuryat. Whatever comes on your way, learn to welcome, learn to accept, learn to accommodate. Gachantam na nivarayat. When a karma phala goes away, please understand, because the phalam has to go away. Because the word phalam in Sanskrit we say phalgutaya liyateti phalam. That which is subject to perish. That's why all these fruits, when they carry, they write what? Perishable. In spite of that, it perishes, don't worry, because it is supposed to move fast. That's why they write perishable. So, phalgutaya liyateti phalam means that which is subject to perish, that which is subject to destroy, that which is subject to not to exist tomorrow. That impermanence is inherent with reference to phalam. So that's why here it's being said that when a phalam comes, as I told you, anything that comes you need to accommodate, and whenever it perishes or destroys or goes away, you have to allow it, let it go. That is what is being highlighted here. Kartuhu ajnaya prapyate phalam. The more you understand that you are just a karta, not karma phala data, most important aspect. The more you understand that you are just a karta, not karma phala data, the more you will be able to accommodate anything and everybody in your life. And here, not only that, says karma kim param karma tat jad. Let us not look at the absolute standpoint, even if your day-to-day life. The karma will not give you what really you are looking for. The action, just I am talking about very common way, the action can give you money. The karma can give you money. But remember, it has got only buying powers, but it doesn't have happiness. So when you want money, for what? Just to buy or to be a happy person? In fact, money by itself doesn't have any power. So even if in common way, if you look at, the action will not give you what ordinarily you are looking for, what commonly you are looking for, what generally you are looking for. Forget about the freedom, the moksha, the happiness that you are seeking in every achievement, every result. So karma kim param? Definitely not, because being not being limited in nature, being impermanent, it has to give impermanent result. That's why, may you know this, that's why never become also a lazy person. Because one can adopt a method here that, okay, karma does not give anything, why to work, why to do anything? Wow, that's fantastic way of destroying yourself. You need to continue doing. In fact, you have to continue more. You have to work more to make sure that you are not lazy. Earlier, you used to work to get the result. Now you need to work to be on the track. Remember, this is the most important aspect. Especially those who are in a competition mode, those who are the sports personality, they have to practice not to win, to be on the track. So to be on the track is not a joke, because you have to put effort a lot to be on the track. Only when you are on the track for a given time, then only there is a possibility of winning. Remember, if you are not on the track, remember, nothing will happen. And here, interestingly, here to be on the track means you are a emotionally healthy person. Remember, most important aspect. There, with reference to sports, to be on the track you need not be healthy emotionally. Physically, you may be healthy. Socially, you may be healthy. Or intellectually, or whatever way you may be healthy. But it need not be emotionally healthy. Whereas what we are talking here, when you keep continuing, keep doing what are the things to be done, just to be on the track, just to be active, not to be lazy, that itself brings the emotional growth in you. And if there is emotional growth in you, please understand, you start enjoying your life more and more. Because remember, enjoyment has nothing to do with, I observe people, I observe myself, I observe situation. Enjoyment has nothing to do with others. Enjoyment has nothing to do with sense subject or situation. Enjoyment has got something to do with your emotional growth. The more you emotionally grow, the more you enjoy, the more you cherish, the more you celebrate your life. And this emotional growth will happen when you keep doing what are the things to be done. That's why develop yoga buddhi with reference to any karma that you do in your life. Or else what will happen? Verse number 2. Kruti mahodadho patana karanam phalam aswasatam gati nirodhakam. Karma definitely brings a result, but it has also its side effect. So what is the side effect here? For a common person, common thinking people, karma brings a lot of things. Whereas for a seeker, karma brings a lot of problem in life. It's like, if you want to keep your house clean all the time, but you have one temptation to buy things because it is an offer. The moment you see offer, you cannot keep quiet. What will happen? You will keep collecting things and you do not know where to keep, and you never use. You understand? Then after 3-4 years, you have to throw it out. And also some smart people I know, they declare as called garage sale. They also sell it out as another sick mind. Okay. Why did you buy and why didn't you use, and then again you want to sell it, get rid of it. Anyway, there are people you don't, let us not. This garage sale came from America, okay. I cannot forget. This is just diverting a topic, okay, a little bit. There was one person, because I had a different type of people in my life, okay. So there was one person came from America. Okay, how he came, what he did, that is another thing. Let me not get into that. Is another big story. Some other time I'll share, okay. And while coming, he came with a container. So really, I did not know what to do because I was involved and they wanted my help to put somebody in contact so that the container will not be checked in the custom people by the custom people, blah blah blah. It's a big mess. Okay, finally what, this poor Swami didn't have any other choice. Okay, somehow we managed. And I was more curious to see what is in the container. I am not telling you jokes. First time in my life, I was curious to see something what other person has brought. Because generally I don't bother. And to my surprise, to know what I discovered? The fellow has brought, I think at least some 20-30 I saw, more than that I did not, because I didn't have patience that time, 20-30 doormats. And used, not new one, okay? If a new one I can understand, okay? Used doormats. And let me not talk about the old computer and whatnot and all these things. Appa. Then casually asked, hey, how did you use all these things? Is it yours? I don't think 20-30 doormats you can use. Or did you keep it that you are coming? Where did you keep everything? Hey, I said, please tell me what is that? Actually, before 1.5 months, I kept some money. I just was looking at the newspaper garage sale. So I went everywhere in that locality. Wherever there was a garage sale, I tried to pick it up and brought it. Now tell me, what sort of people he must be? A person must be. Must be a sick mind. You understand what I am trying to say? However, coming back, that's not our business here. So, kruti mahodadho patana karanam. So, the karma not only brings the karma phalam, also it is the cause of falling down. If the karma is not done, please understand, for a common person they say if the karma is not done properly, properly means here, if the karma is not done with proper attitude. Remember, the word, when a person says or anybody says, karma is not done properly, it means when the karma is not done with a proper attitude. Definitely, that karma will create a fall in your life. Remember, karma brings result. But behind karma, the attitude determines, decides the consequences. I am again repeating. Karma brings result. But behind karma, the attitude only determines the consequences. Like a knife. With the help of a knife, a thief stabs somebody to get something. And with the same knife, a doctor also, you can say, equally stabs, means cuts the stomach to operate. Knife is the same. There is blood shedding. The wound or the cut that is made in the same place. Remember, every karma, both types of karma you can see, it has to bring the result. But behind the karma, the attitude determines the consequences. Can you see? When a thief is being punished, a doctor is being rewarded. Because when one wants to loot away, when one wants to put others in trouble and get the best out of the situation, that time the doctor, the other person, wants to help the person. So even though action is one and same superficially, outwardly, but the attitude behind the action determines the consequences, determines the result, you can say. That's why what you do is not important. Please understand. But how you do, that is more important to yourself, to others. That's why I look at people, not what they do, but how do they do. Because please understand, your attitude behind action will show who you are. And especially when you start fluctuating, especially when you are not available in a crucial moment, or you show your color, true color in a given moment, that means it's very clear that your attitude is not healthy. Because the person is being respected, the person is being acknowledged, the person is being accepted and appreciated, not because of action, not because of anything, but because of the attitude behind those actions. That's why you can see very well, nobody in this world respects politician from deep within. They do great jobs. At least they laid the road, even if in our money, don't worry. But they do a lot. But does anybody really respect? Definitely not. Because after all, they'll say, after all politicians. Why? Because behind their action, the attitude is not healthy. Can you see this point? Whereas if the same action is being done by some other person, little bit is being done by some other person, we appreciate a lot. Let us compare, let us not forget. A politician works more than anybody. But why the politician is not accepted or appreciated deeply, wholeheartedly? Because the attitude, not the action. So in life, you need to look at yourself. Whenever you are working, because only you can know, nobody can know. Okay, other can judge from a distance. But deep within, only you can say what was your attitude or what is your attitude behind any action. That's why remember, if there is a fall in your life, I can openly say this statement. If there is a fall in your life, that means the attitude behind the action is not healthy. If attitude behind the action is healthy, definitely you will not have fall in your life. You will have difficulties in your life. You will have tough time in your life, but not a fall. Hope you understand the difference between falling down, breaking down, and going through difficulties in your life. That's why first and foremost thing is to check, to understand, and to see the limitations of your own thinking behind any action. And interestingly, if you observe your life, there is almost one type of attitude behind all activities. A continuous thread. Little bit here and there fluctuates, that is a different thing altogether. But if you observe all your pattern, and we call, as you know, same pattern is being reflected in each and every action. Little bit when you are being put into, let us say, confrontation, or little bit you are being put in a challenging mode, Little bit you are being put where you feel uncomfortable. Your pattern is being reflected before you. Have you not observed this? Long before you open your mouth, your pattern is already exhibited very clearly and loudly. And that pattern is, remember, just the reflection of your attitude. Just I am helping you to understand your attitude, okay? The pattern that is being reflected, presented loudly in front of you, especially when you are being challenged, when you are being cornered, when you are being confronted. Remember, that pattern that is being reflected is nothing but just the expression of your attitude. So through the pattern, you need to spend some time to understand your attitude. And interestingly, as I see people, if they manage attitude with reference to one person, one thing, they will be able to manage attitude with reference to anybody and everything. Very carefully we say in management, suppose you are angry. There is a pattern in you. The way you will react with reference to anger is unique to you, and that is being reflected every time whenever you get angry. That is what your pattern. You can say that is what your attitude towards yourself and others. Now we say very carefully, when you are angry, suppose you are very close with reference to one person that moment, to whom you love, to whom you respect, even though you are in topmost anger, means you are really top of your anger, but because you respect the person, because you care that person, because you admire that person, in front of that person your mind is shut down. You cannot get angry even though you are top of your anger. Now what happens? Now when you come down, you can see, if you are able to manage, you will be able to manage your anger with reference to anybody and anything. But what happens to you, you know better. Makes no difference. Sometimes poor Swami also being, object of, poor Swami becomes the object of anger of many people, okay? Some of you might be getting angry with me in different occasions, in different ways, okay? Poor Swami doesn't have to do anything, okay? That time, do you know what I do? I take a deep breath and I say, my prarabdha. I am not telling you jokes. This is how I manage myself, because I have to also manage myself, okay? What else to do? I have to tell, okay, my prarabdha, what else to do? Honestly telling you, I don't look at you people prarabdha, okay? Please, you continue with your prarabdha. Let me look at my prarabdha at least. Coming back here. So, kruti mahodadhu patana karanam. The karma becomes the cause of you to fall down. Why? Because karma means what? Brings karma phala. And karma presupposes avidya, the ignorance. So that means avidya, kama, karma. Again, that becomes a circle. That means you are caught in this net of samsara. The cycle of samsara. You can't come out of it. And interestingly, as you know better, when you don't have anything, sometimes you are happier than when you have everything. Because you have to spend a lot of time to manage things, to manage people, to manage. And when you have a lot of karma follows with you, definitely you have to take care of them. There is a beautiful story goes about a master. A person went to visit a great master, and with great difficulties when he met, the master was sitting in a room, and to his surprise of this person, he discovered master does not have anything, just a room, lying down, sitting whenever he wants to sit on the floor, enjoying his life. This person who was there to see him, he said, "Oh master, I am surprised and shocked to see, how come you don't have any possession? You don't have anything. What is this?" The master smiled and said, "Yes. Now, do you have anything at your hand, at your custody?" No. No, why? "Because after all, I am a visitor. I have come to visit you." "Oh, okay. You should have carried something, lot of things in your hand." No. In fact, whatever one bag I bought, I kept it outside to see you without anything." "No, why?" "Because with respect, number one, I have some regards for you. I wanted to meet you. Second thing, after all, I am a visitor. I have come to visit you. I am not going to stay here, going to leave you." That time, this master smiled and said, "Look, you yourself, when consider that you are a visitor and you respect somebody, that's why you did not hold anything. You are with yourself. Remember, in this world, I am also a visitor. I am constantly reminded by me that I am just a visitor. I am not here to live. I am just a visitor. And I have regards and respect for this life. Please understand. I am not here to live, but I have respect for my life." Can you see the difference? And me being a visitor, how can we expect me to have things? Sometimes, without anything, life is so beautiful. Only when things are there is more complication. I'm not telling you jokes. I can share with you openly nowadays, because now I am going through. That's why I'm sharing. I can share with you. Without phone, life was beautiful earlier. With the phone, life is more complicated. And the worst thing is when you have costly phone. Just observe this point very carefully, okay? If you have ordinary phone, like in India we have, 10 euros, 15 euros one phone, okay? That to dual SIM. And that continues. Once you charge, it minimum 5 days. I am enjoying now. Once time if you charge, 5 days continues without any interruption. If the phone falls down, if phone happens, nothing will happen. In fact, if you run a lorry on it, nothing will happen. Okay, just exaggerating, okay? Whereas when you have a costly phone, let us say this iPhone, so-called iPhone, okay? What happens? It may fall down. You understand what I am trying to say? The phone becomes more important than you. The costlier phone that you hold, the more the life becomes more complicated and really very unfortunate thing to happen in your life. This is a small example. Why? Because the phone is more important than you. Can you see? The phone is more costlier than your time. The phone is more costlier than sometimes your life or yourself. This is just one example of phone. A relationship. People that you are being surrounded by. The activities that you are doing. All these things, when it becomes more important than you yourself, then what happens? You know better. That's why Kruti Mahodadho Patana Karanam. The karma becomes the fall of your life. Means the karma becomes the cause of you to fall down in your life. Then what happens? That's why what you need to do. Remember, phalam asaswattam gati nirodhakam. Phalam being temporary in life, not permanent. Asaswattam, because phalgutaya aliyat iti phalam, that which perishes, that which is subject to get destroyed. Gati nirodhakam means that cause the obstacle It becomes the cause of the obstruction of your what? Gati. Gati means here the goal that you are looking for. What exactly you are looking for happiness in your life? Remember, karma is not going to give you. In fact, karma will more and more push you into this cycle of karmic theory. Okay, if this is the case, then what to do? Don't worry. What we will do, what we will not do, that we will see tomorrow. Please close your eyes.